We are here today in the beautiful Gold Coast, Queensland, and we've come to Combat Training Centre. Now today's guest is a friend of mine and a former teammate, Max Kruger. Now Max's story is pretty unique, the way he threw himself into the sport, and now he's monetizing that sport as well in this new age way with social media. So I'm really looking forward to chatting to Max about how he's done that and where he sees the future of the sport going, and how he's built this brand around telling his story at such an early part of his career. So we're going to jump in with the team, have a really fun workout, and yeah, really hope you enjoy this episode. Max Kruger! What do you sit there, look at the ceiling and dream about? What gets Max hard in the morning that he wants to get up and go and do this?
I think just knowing that if I'm on my deathbed, I don't know, like I've reached my potential. I guess it's hard to explain. I was just looking for something to dig my teeth into, I guess. But he's like, oh, you could stay in the gym. I was like, there's a no-brainer. Save up money, rent, and obviously it helped with my discipline. Like I couldn't skip classes really. To be honest, it was just like home. Like I preferred sleeping there than I did up in my actual bed up in Brizzy, a mattress like that. So it was out of the blue, but yeah, you got to take the actions of the person you want to be and then just go and do them. Interesting, like going into my first fight because I felt there was pressure on me to go like, oh, quit everything. I sort of have to back myself and do it, otherwise I might look a bit crazy. And I won it, so I was like, hell yeah, like little win.
Hey, here he is. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Long time no see. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How you doing?
Good, very good. Awesome space. Really love the space and the vibe. A few boys here. Sounds like we're doing some hard wrestling. Keen to see the intensity, but also how the boys interact with each other. Obviously, at Team Compton, we got a certain vibe, so it'll be cool to see what other gyms are like.
All right, guys, let's start running. Let's go. Maxi, you're front of the line, and go. One more, Maxi. Hit it. Expecting you to wrestle hard today. Let's go to Russia, baby.
It's good to know that no matter where I go, I'm still the sweatiest dude in the room. Don't know how that is. Just as soon as I walk in the room, I'm already sweating, just thinking about cardio.
Let's go, guys. Don't waste any time. Gloves on. You know I like to mix up meat grinder a couple of times in camp. I want to focus on the fighters. If you're not a focus in today's session, we can focus on you in a following session. Maxi, your focus. The goal of this is not to win. The goal of this is not to quit. This session is about building grit. You are defending takedowns for 5 minutes and getting back to your feet. That's it for the first round. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Punch your way into a shot.
I can't even believe the level of amateurs these days. It's just unbelievable. And then the pros are just on another level, which has now allowed us to compete at the highest level when the guys get there. It's been an insane sort of evolution, and I think it's happened really fast. We didn't have a combat sports base as a foundation in this country. As a result of that, we're actually creating a sport that we understand ourselves as MMA. It's not pure wrestling, it's not pure boxing, it's not kickboxing, it's not Muay Thai, it's MMA striking. It's like wrestling with the wall, with submissions, with punches.
Use the brake, guys, use the brake, get the breathing going.
This is where we can take advantage, and we have been taking advantage of the foundations that other countries have had. Focus very heavily on traditional wrestling or whatever else, and we're taking advantage of that. If you make MMA your own, and it's not the same as all these other disciplines, when you verse someone in that discipline, it's going to feel different for them.
Self-regulate, time is on, let's go. Guys attacking, do not let them get back to their base.
The thing that makes me not so proud about the Australian culture is that we have a very serious tall poppy syndrome culture where we love to tear people down that put themselves out there and are prepared to be vulnerable.
Use the minute, boys, use the minute.
I actually really encourage Max with what he's doing, and I'm a big believer in what he's doing. Not only from the fact that he is finding a modern way to make money, which allows him to train and focus on his craft and his passion, which he loves. And he's showing these other guys that there are other ways that you can think to make money and put yourself out there. As a result of that, matchmakers also prioritize him. And a lot of our guys now are putting out cool messages. And it's wild. They're making TikToks and things saying, had a hard training session, I feel good, I feel healthy, eat clean, guys, blah, blah, blah. That, you know, talk shit about those guys, but I don't. That's the kind of like culture I think we should be setting for ourselves, not the opposite. Like, and you can call me soft for that, but I think that's being hard. Like, going out there, being vulnerable, putting out a strong, positive message, being a leader for your community, like, that's men. That's a real man to me, and that's a modern, you know, using modern technology to do it. I encourage the banter. A bunch of teammates all in one room giving each other shit, and how important that is for your character, your resilience, get through life and not take things too seriously.
Let's go, Maxie, baby. You're fit as a fiddle, bro. Show us that those fucking abs mean something, bro.
This new generation coming through, I would like to encourage them not to attach their identity to their results as much, because it doesn't have as much of an impact on their reputation as they think it is, depending on how they respond to it. And I tell our fighters, the journey up to you walking into the cage is the one that matters for you and yourself. The fight itself is just data. It's unemotional. Detach emotion to it. And what happens afterwards is how your reputation is going to be perceived from the people on the outside. So the start is up to you. The event itself is just for your coaches and team to know what we need to work on. And afterwards, how you respond to your loss or your win is going to build your reputation and how others perceive you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Everyone up, walking around the mat, hands up. Walking around the mat, walking around the mat, hands up. Find a space on the mat, sit down. Lie down in your own space, boys. Lie down, eyes closed. This is going to be the hardest minute.
A good day to come in. I mean, I wasn't the one getting thrown around today. It was you, which is nice. Yeah. Definitely improved, man. Like, we only trained together for a little bit. But just seeing that, like, that development and maturity on the mats as well, your selections and defense and flow is really cool.
Same with you, it's hard to get you down at all.
Yeah, I mean, having 4 weight classes between us is pretty handy. Especially when you're 2-3 rounds deep, 5 minutes in. I can just muscle my way through a little bit more. So I appreciate that. Thanks for making me look good. How are you finding living down in Gold Coast?
It's nice here. You can go to the beach after, which we'll do, and cool down, especially going to summer.
For this next bit, we should take you to the beach. What do you reckon?
I agree. I'm not against that.
Oh man, I got sand in my eye. This is a pretty good spot.
This is the spot, mate.
Is this your kind of usual afternoon sunbathing spot?
Sometimes I go down to the beach and have a swim, with the boys. It's nice.
You strike me as a guy that comes out with your coconut oil, gets all lathered up and sunbaked.
No, I tried that for a little bit, but not anymore.
Why not?
I don't know, there's no need, just natural. Just lying
naturally
like a normal human,
Well, I'm white as a ghost at the moment, so I'm a bit worried about taking my shirt off, but how about we get into some pads, have a hit?
Easy.
Scissors, paper, rock. Scissors, paper, rock. You're holding first?
Fish. Read. Yep. Fish. Yep. Fish. Yep. Fish. Cross. Fish. Look. Fish. Cross. Fish. To red. Bam. Read.
Man, it's been a while since we trained together. We were teammates at Team Compton for a bit there.
Yeah.
Got to wrestle and hit some pads for a while, but how are you fighting it being down here? I know you like the lifestyle down here. It really suits you, and you've got an awesome gym there as well. How's that kind of move been for you?
It's been good. Like at my first gym, it was just like complete separation, isolation. I could just like focus and have a bit less distractions. It was good.
Yeah, because your very first gym was Shindu?
Yeah, Shindo, yeah. 20 minutes from here, yeah.
And you moved into the gym, hey?
Yeah.
Like with no fight under your belt or anything?
No.
Just, dude, why?
I was just looking for something to dig my teeth into, I guess. I was doing rugby at the time and not enjoying it. And then I came across MMA, did a session, I got hooked on it, addicted. And then I started just going after work, like driving down from Brizzy, sometimes sneaking out a bit earlier than I should have. Then I'm like, damn, yeah, I want to move down the coast. And then Kerry at the time just offered, he's like, oh, you can stay in the gym. And I was like, it was a no-brainer because it could help with classes, save on money, rent, and then just like, yeah, do it. Just for a year and a half.
So you did one MMA session. Were you a fan beforehand?
No, I never even watched fights. I'd like seen them. I knew, I'd seen like Nelk Boys and stuff, like talking to Dana and stuff.
Yeah.
So I knew there was awareness around the sport, and I guess that helped.
So did one session, decided, you know what? Fuck the corporate world. Moving head first to jump into a gym. I've got a lot of people that message me personally like, hey, I want to quit my job and just go full-time in training. I tell them not to do it. But here you are, you did the complete thing that I tell everyone not to do.
Yeah.
How is that kind of initial kind of change going from the corporate world to just jumping straight into training?
I really enjoyed it. It was so nice. Like the difference from sitting at the desk doing something I wasn't really passionate about to doing something I was passionate about was good. And obviously it helped with my discipline and just being able to go to training because practice that muscle. I had to go, like I couldn't skip classes really. But it was good. Like it was obviously, I did feel interested in like going into my first fight because I felt there was pressure on me to go like, oh, I've quit everything. I've got to, and I won it. So I was like, hell yeah, like little win.
How long from quitting your job, moving into the gym to having your first fight? So you've moved into the gym, you're sleeping on the floor of the gym. And I've seen the videos, you were sleeping on the mats of the gym.
Yeah.
With a blanket and a towel.
Little mattress like that.
Yeah.
I found it, to be honest, it was just like home. Like I preferred sleeping there than I did up in my actual bed up in Brizzy.
Almost like you're having a bunk bed camp out with the boys every night, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now, what was the time frame between moving to the gym and having your first fight?
Probably like 4 months, I think. I think it was about 6 months total of training, and that was like 2 months. Yeah. Since being in the gym, 4 or 5 months, I'd say, yeah.
And now you've won it, but fighting is scary enough alone, and the pressure of getting hurt. What is your thought process going into a fight like that?
I don't really have the thought process of, oh, has this been worth it? Because I know fighting is such a valuable skill to have either way. And I don't regret putting time into something that I know is a beneficial life skill. It was more just pressure, but there's pressure with every fight. So it wasn't like I was feeling extra pressure that I'm sure other fighters do face. Just I felt pressure of, I have quit this. Like I sort of have to back myself and do it. Otherwise I might look a bit crazy. Because it does look a bit crazy going, like I remember I had a good workmate. I'm thinking of going and doing fighting full time. He's like, what? Never even knew I was like even training. And he's like, what the hell? So it was out of the blue, but yeah, you got to take the actions of the person you want to be and then just go and do them.
All or nothing. I'm an all or nothing kind of guy, so I respect that as well. And so I tell most people that message me asking me to do what you're doing, and I tell them don't. Like you find a way around it, but to go ahead in and the attitude that you've just shown there is like it is a normal pressure. There's no added pressure because of the skills you're going to get from it. You weren't joining, it sounds like you weren't joining to be the best fighter on that fight. You understood that it was a long journey ahead of you, and it seems like you had a good kind of reason to get into it.
Yeah, just developing my skills as a person overall as well. It's like,
I think that's such a healthy mindset in martial arts, and I think a lot of people need to take that on as well. Oh, missed it.
Last combo.
it's nice to finish the combo and just look at the waves out.
Wait, not bad actually. Not
Good
bad.
reward to finish with.
I'd love to move down the coast and I grew up on the beach up in Bundaberg, so this feels like home and very familiar. It's a very cool way to live. Maybe one day in the future, come sunbathe with you, hey?
Get the tan up, mate. Be funny.
So I have to ask, you moved into the gym, you're sleeping on the floor. What kind of things come from that you didn't expect?
That's a good question, well. I'd say
I'm prepped, bro. I'm prepped and ready.
I'd say probably I came to realize the solitude as well of fighting, because I'd go to training and then everyone would go to work and stuff, and I'd maybe go to the gym, do weights, and like do an ice bath, and then I'd be back still around the boys. But yeah, like just making the sacrifices. At the time I had a rule with myself that I wouldn't go out of my way to see like people outside if it wasn't directly related to training, which was really good. But then it also gets sometimes too far to the other end of the scale. I came to realize that, I need to put time into other relationships and friends stuff as well. You can't, just leave yourself out and hope they're going to still want to spend time with you in return.
Yeah, I've always said I'm going to the top of the mountain, but I don't want to be there by myself. You got to create an environment where you can bring the people around you with you, especially being so goal orientated and driven in your pursuit. It's infectious. It's infectious, and it brings people around you. And I've seen you do that in your social media, just from the messaging that you do. And I kind of want to ask, man, what made you think social media is where a lot of my focus is going to be? Because you started that and you kind of blew up, and I knew you through social media before I knew you as a fighter. So what kind of brought that about?
I had the plan initially that I was going to move into the gym and do content hand in hand. I realized it was beneficial. Like, I knew it's modern day like leverage. Like, you could go speak to someone and try and tell them your message, or you could do a post, maybe hit 1 million people. Like, I realized there was value in it. I did in school. I liked the subject, and I was explaining this before. I was doing at my real estate job. I said, can I post content? And like, instead of doing 30 calls in the morning, I could go post a video and 30 people can see me. It's like a 30th of the effort. But I couldn't do that. Like, it was very traditional. So I saw it as like a really good opportunity that sharing like your MMA journey, people want to see sport.
Like, we've discussed this before. You're quite switched on, and you've opened my eyes how to do a lot of my own kind of branding and posting, but it felt like you jumped into it kind of 10 steps ahead of everyone already who was trying to do the same thing. Did you have a passion for it? Were you following certain people? Is it a family thing? Is it a marketing in the family? Like,
I would say passion. Like, I've thought of this before, and I've looked back and I've gone, like, I've come a long way with fighting, but like with the content. I kind of go, how did I like get to where I am? I don't know exactly. Just sort of, I guess I just had the motivation to do it. In school, it was like my favorite subject. I loved HBE sport, running around with my mates, which is MMA, and I like loved making videos. So I just saw them as two passions, and I wouldn't really want to be doing anything else and put my time into it.
Did you go into it with the mind or the idea that you were going to end up with, your 101K followers at the moment?
Definitely, yeah.
You knew going into it, that's where you're going to end up?
I didn't have that number, but I was like, I needed to I had the really big, I guess this ties back into the relationships, the really big mindset of attract, like, forget about everyone else. I'll bring them to me. Like, whatever, like, that chick doesn't want to talk to me. I'll go post some videos, attract to like become that person. And that is good. And that's what I did, create videos. But then I also realized, you've also got to spend time with people. But I guess that's a big driver for me, is I just see the value in my personal brand, and I can do anything with it.
With putting yourself out there and a strong message, surely you've met some ridicule, some criticism from the general public. I'll tell you personally, so I knew you from social media before I met you, and I met you because you fought one of our teammates, Drake Morale. So I knew you through social media, and I'm like, who's this fucking amateur guy on social media posting this message, fighting my boy? Probably more protective because you're fighting my boy than anything, but had I guess initial thought was maybe a bit negative towards it until I actually sat down and started reading what your message was and what you're doing. And I was kind of like, shit. I'm annoyed at him because he's doing better than me. You know, that feeling is like you're always kind of annoyed at someone doing better than you, or you talk poorly of someone doing better than you. And I caught myself out, and I was like, I got to open my eyes here and kind of have a different attitude to this. And then we got a chance to kind of meet and talk, and you kind of helped me understand that a little bit more. And back to the question, what kind of ridicule, criticism have you faced, and how do you handle that?
A few ways I can answer that. One, it was really good because I was in the gym. Like I said, moving, I was like in my own little bubble. So I was just so focused on that. Sometimes when I'm in maybe not a positive headspace, I'll be like, that comment might hit. I'll be like, a little bit, but it's part of it. It doesn't get me too much. And as well, like, I've been posting positive things. I haven't really been faced with too much. Like, I wouldn't say I actually get much. If you see, and I realize people aren't actually really generally hating. They'd be like, "Oh, bro, what's up with your cross?" It's like, you could take that if you're in a bad space going, "Oh, that dude's like giving shit to my cross." But it's a genuine question. He's gone, you could answer and be like, "Oh, I'm working on this technique, blah, blah, blah." Reframing it that a lot of times, more often than not, people are just curious. It's a genuine question.
Really interesting. We could talk for hours on just the social media side. I got a few more questions, but I need one more hit out from you, and then I'm going to kind of get you back, I think.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Nice, mate.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Oh, you really got to get back into this a little bit more. Huh?
Yeah.
Now, I've seen with your account recently, you've gone into, is it mentoring, coaching, all the above? Well, can you tell me a little bit about that?
So I've been having a little fiddle around with, I guess, nutrition coaching, content coaching, realizing, one, I don't know a lot about it, and it's a whole new space separate from content creation. There's so much to learn. And then just recently I put like a story post up and said, I'll do an MMA training, ad feed in that, which I'm running as well.
That excites me, because what that shows is amateur fighter with five fights can, one, get a following behind them that people want to engage with and passionately engage with. You sell merch, people engaging with your stuff, they're coming to watch your fights. There is a hype around you, which is evidence that it works, but also that you're creating an opportunity for, I guess, Gen Pop people, amateur fighters, people in the industry, but also want to get into it, and you're bridging that gap. And that's quite exciting, and I can see the potential of what you can do and what you may end up doing in the future along those same lines. Have you thought about like who you're targeting and what you could grow it into? Or are you just kind of playing by ear at the moment?
It's interesting you say that, yeah, I guess I've become aware that it is the pathway that you could become the best fighter in the world and then make your money off of that, building your brand, same McGregor style. I looked up to him, I was like, oh, he built his brand fighting, and that's what I'm doing. But it took him ages to get there. I'm nowhere near as good a fighter as him. But I've realized that, you can build your brand even when you are an amateur, having a couple of fights, 5 fights, and then you can make money off of that. I'm not an expert at it. I'm still so new to it, but I've realized that, it is a new pathway, and people, I would like to see in the future that it is an opportunity for more people to even get into the sport, because they can make money through fighting, through building their brand and monetizing it, instead of going working construction laboring. It just feeds into itself better.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, is showing people that you can make money outside just being a fighter. Now, I was chatting to Coach Miles about this old school and new school way of martial arts clashing at the moment. I'd say your new school approach to fighting is the social media, finding which gym kind of suits you as well. All this stuff could be, to a degree, frowned upon in old school eyes. And I don't think they're right or wrong. That's just their beliefs in the situation, where you stay loyal to one coach, you train 100 times a week, you grind yourself out, you fight as much as possible until the day you die, and you make 10 grand. Or hope that you make a legacy for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. There's a lot of great fighters that follow this mentality. And I think sometimes the new school needs to take a few leaps out of the old school to kind of push their career along, rather than thinking about, I'm just going to be a social media influencer. You actually got to be a fighter as well. And you've stepped to the plate and proven both. You've been quite active over 2 years. You've had 5 fights, a few cancellations as well. I see that. But also the personal development you're putting into yourself now as well. And then the new school is, we can monetize at any point in time in your career, amateur and pro. you don't have to go through your whole career putting your body on the line and make pennies on the dime. Like, you can treat it like a business from day one and make a living for yourself, for your family. And I think that's a huge kind of leap that people need to take and understand. And it's awesome to see you kind of doing that.
Well, some people have the mindset of, oh, I'll wait till I'm a great fighter and then I'll start posting content. I think it's a bit of a brain error. It's not the right way to think of it, because you want to share your journey. You can come from a perspective of, oh, this is what I've done, but you can also share the progress as you go along the way. And ultimately, that's what I've found people want to see is your story. Anyone can punch a bag, but not everyone knows, oh, I had a shoulder surgery, I've been rehabbing it like this, and I'm working towards my next fight, and it's a video of you punching the bag. It's the story behind it, and that's what makes people want to follow it. Yeah, correct.
Connect to the underdog, they want to connect to the story.
When I first got into it, I kind of had that same mentality because I started my coaching business at the same time. Yeah. And I had this imposter syndrome, like very prominent over the first 18 months. Like, why would people want to come train with me? Like, I'm a nobody in the scheme of things. Like, at that point, I had one professional fight. Yeah. I thought I was the bee's knees. I thought I was the best person in the world after 30 seconds in a fight. Yeah. But I really had no credibility, and I got hung up on the idea of credibility being only in the ring, only in the cage, rather than becoming the person that people want to train with, becoming the person that people want to follow. I spent a lot more time doing that through my coaching business, trying to reach out to the community, bring everyday people into that world. And my credibility came from that just as fast as it came in the ring. I've had some success in the ring since then. Yeah. But if I had waited till I was someone, just fought for the Australian title, and now I started my career, I'd be three years behind in my business. Yeah. So I think your approach is exactly that. Like, you don't have to wait for this legacy to be set in stone before you try and monetize it, before you try and
feeling worthy to
connect with people and share your message. I feel like people want to be there along the way because they can resonate with you more. I can resonate with yourself and fighters locally more than I can with Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
He's on such a bigger level for me, and the gap's so big, but the connection between me and someone just starting is a lot smaller. So they're more likely to follow and engage with me or yourself than they are someone so much bigger, right?
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Bit of thought, food for thought. Yeah. How about I hit you on the pads? How about you hit some pads with me now?
Yeah, see if your cardio's the same.
Don't show me up. Right? Let's go. Let's go.
Your cardio's better. Your cardio's better.
Yeah, I'll slip you that 50 later. Yeah, thanks for ruining my white shirt. I mean, I did tell you to do it. A question that I kind of want to ask everyone, why this life? Well, what made you go, no, this is what I'm putting all in? Because it's not a normal thing to do. I know my why, and it's not normal either. But I want to get to the bottom of, like, why people are doing this. What's the reason Australian fighters are getting into fighting?
I don't know. It's a really good question, Blair. It's a very good question. Because I guess I saw in school, maybe a couple of years after school, drinking on the weekends, which is fun. But then you get like 6 months after and you go, what do I have like beneficial from that experience? Yeah, I've got some nice, cool memories with my mates, but I've not left with anything. And I like the idea of having a fight or like developing a skill that by the end of it, again, like that, even now, like I've got skills that I didn't have at all 2 years ago. Definitely pro next. That's the next goal. I've got this next fight coming up in 10 weeks. In that, obviously, that's the goal. And then hopefully next few fights, 2, 3, maybe 4 fights until I feel ready to go pro. I feel like ticking off getting pro will really be something that...
Takeaway pro. Yeah. What do you sit there, look at the ceiling and dream about? What gets Max hard in the morning that he wants to get up and go and do this? I'm being serious. Like, Like short-term goals, I'm all for.
Yeah.
But what makes you sit there, look at the ceiling, thinking, you know what? I can't believe I'm getting to this point. I can't wait to be at this stage. What do you sit there and envision for yourself?
I fucking hate going, oh, I haven't put everything in. I think just knowing that if I'm on my deathbed, I don't know, like I reach my potential, and I don't know where that will leave me. Fighting isn't going to be a full thing, like 30, 35 maybe. But just knowing that when I'm at the end, just knowing it's all there. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. It's a real thing.
That's probably overarching my why. Just going, oh, that's the best I can be, and yeah. I guess it's hard to explain.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I ask that because I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
I spend many nights sitting there thinking why couldn't I have chose another sport? I still could.
Yeah.
But there's something about this sport that it does something to you and gives you a perspective of life that I've never had before, and the drive and the discipline to achieve anything in and outside the cage as well. I'm looking forward to your future, bro. I think you're on the right track and maturing as an athlete so well. From your last fight, it was a loss, but what you've been doing to upskill shows me that you're not just fighting for the sake of having the name as a fighter. You're upskilling, you're putting the time into yourself, and then the fact that you're trying to put a good message out to the people that follow you and inspire you. You bring a lot of people up with you. So don't listen to the haters, don't listen to the doubters, man. It's a pleasure watching, being a small part of it, and I hope that this episode can kind of bridge the gap a little bit more from the everyday person. And I think it's a massive push in the right direction for the Australian MMA scene. We've got some great fighters. We also need some great people to also keep building the sport, and I think you're one of them, man.
Cheers, bro. You too. You're doing great things as well. Obviously, putting this together and getting the sport out more. It's a great thing.
I'll give you another 50 for that as well.
The ghost of Sparta, Aiden Gold!
What got you into martial arts?
What got me into martial arts is kind of a dark story.
Aiden's an anomaly in so many ways, but he's also a product of modern day MMA at the same time. He's not your average 19-year-old. He understands every single part of what goes into building a champion because he's seen it from a young age.
He just oozes confidence. He's just out here aura farming, man.
And then I made the move to Compton, and I met Don Marfan, and I was like, I like wrestling. And then, yeah, here we are. Number one ranked. I just know to myself that I can get through hard times, you know?
How has MMA done that for you?
Rounds of Tom Knowles. This sport, in my opinion, is the hardest sport in the world. I've cried so many times after sparring.
That's the realest answer I've had so far.
It's like a UFC belt. That's what I want. You're gonna be seeing my name everywhere. I really believe that.
My one weakness.